It's really something to see what Luca de Meo is doing over at Renault,
Yeah.
leading them in this bold new direction with EVs.
He's a fascinating guy.
Yeah, you see him as a true visionary,
Definitely.
kind of like the late Sergio Marchionne.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're going to take a deep dive into de Meo's world, his incredible career, and all the ambitious strategies he has to make Renault a major player in electric vehicles.
What I find really interesting about De Meo is that his career is so much more than just like climbing the corporate ladder in one company.
Right.
I mean, he's been all over the place. His resume reads like a who's who of the automotive world.
Yeah.
Over 3 decades, Renault, Toyota, Fiat, Volkswagen Group.
Yeah, it's like he's been on this world tour of car companies, picking up knowledge and expertise everywhere he goes.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
now he's back at Renault calling all the shots.
He is.
And the message is loud and clear. Renault is going electric, and they're aiming for the top spot in Europe.
I mean, it's a bold statement, no doubt. But it really shows you how deeply he understands the way the whole auto industry is changing.
Yeah.
Traditional car makers are facing competition like never before, especially from Chinese manufacturers.
Right.
And De Meo knows that to succeed, Renault has to be out in front, leading the charge.
So how's he going to do it?
Well,
What are the steps he's taking to turn Renault into this EV powerhouse?
a big part of his plan is Ampere, which is their dedicated EV division.
Okay.
This is much bigger than just, adding some electric models to the usual lineup.
Right.
They're going all in, building a whole new ecosystem for electric mobility.
So Ampere is like a company within a company,
Exactly.
entirely focused on EVs.
Yes, and they have a really ambitious goal. They want to cut development and production costs by 40% between their first and second generation of C-segment EVs.
Wow, those are the family-sized hatchbacks and SUVs that are everywhere in Europe.
Exactly.
If Renault can make those affordably, they're in a really strong position.
Yeah,
40% is a huge number.
it is.
How are they going to manage that?
Well, it's a multi-pronged approach.
Okay.
One key factor is adopting new technologies, like lithium iron phosphate batteries.
Those are often called LFP batteries, right?
Yes, and they're becoming really popular because they're cheaper to make than the lithium-ion batteries that most EVs use now.
Okay.
And they're also using cell-to-pack technology.
Yes.
Basically, it gets rid of the need for all those separate modules inside the battery pack.
So it's streamlining the whole process.
It is.
Interesting. So it's about simplifying the tech and making it more cost-effective.
Right.
But it's more than just the tech itself, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
also about where and how they build these EVs.
Absolutely. Renault is committed to making France a central hub for their EV operations.
Okay.
They have facilities like the Alpine factory in Dieppe, the electricity cluster in northern France, and the Fonderie de Bretagne.
What do they do there?
That one focuses on power electronics.
Okay.
And they're all essential parts of this EV ecosystem De Meo is building.
It's like he's creating a mini Silicon Valley for EVs, but in France.
And to really make it complete, they're also partnering with AESC to build a gigafactory in Douai.
Okay.
And that factory is going to be entirely dedicated to making batteries.
So they have a local, reliable source of batteries.
Exactly. It's a real game changer because, as you know, batteries are the heart of any EV.
Yeah, having control over your battery production is a huge advantage,
Definitely.
both in terms of cost and just making sure you have the supplies you need.
Right.
Okay, so we've got Ampere driving down costs and coming up with new tech, a whole network of production facilities popping up in France,
Yeah.
and a partnership to handle battery manufacturing.
Uh-huh.
So what about the cars themselves? What can you tell me about these new Renault EVs?
Well, they're taking a very strategic approach here.
Right.
They're developing a new generation of electric vehicles, including bringing back some classics like the Renault 4 and Renault 5, along with the Megane E-Tech Electric and a new electric Scenic.
So they're not just electrifying their old models, they're designing new cars from the ground up with electric power in mind.
Exactly. And all of these new models are built on the same EV platform.
Oh, okay, so they can save money and streamline the manufacturing process.
Yes, it's like using the same blueprint to build different types of houses.
Right.
You can simplify things, cut costs, and offer more competitive pricing.
That's smart, especially with so much competition out there.
It is.
But are they doing all this alone?
Oh!
Or are they working with other companies to get ahead?
De Meo is a big believer in partnerships.
Okay.
He's already got a big alliance going with LG Energy Solution, and he's looking to partner with even more Asian manufacturers.
Especially for batteries.
Exactly.
It makes sense. China really controls the battery market right now.
They do.
And Renault has to find a way to get a foothold in that supply chain.
Right.
So they're building up their own capabilities, but also realizing they need to work with others to really succeed.
Yeah,
A delicate balance.
it is.
But it seems like De Meo's managing it well.
He is.
We've talked a lot about the technology and the business side of his plan.
Right.
But what about the political stuff? The transition to electric cars is really shaped by government rules and incentives.
Oh, that's really important. And it's something De Meo has been very vocal about.
Okay.
He's actually called for more flexibility in the deadlines for transitioning to green technology.
Hmm.
He says the current European regulations were put in place without fully understanding their impact.
That's a pretty controversial stance.
It is.
Some people might think he just wants to slow things down.
Right, but he isn't against the switch to greener tech, not at all. His whole strategy for Renault is built around it.
Okay.
His concern is that the current rules, while, well-intentioned,
Right.
could end up hurting the European car industry and its workers.
It's a complicated issue.
It-
No easy answers.
No.
But it shows just how intertwined politics and industry are when it comes to EVs.
Absolutely, and with his experience, De Meo brings a really unique perspective to this debate.
Right.
He's not just thinking about the tech, he's thinking about the economics, the social side, even the geopolitical implications of this massive shift to electric vehicles.
This has been a fascinating look at how De Meo is setting the stage for Renault's electric future. We've
Yeah.
covered a lot of ground,
Yeah.
but there's so much more to explore.
Definitely. It's interesting to think about how De Meo's whole journey through the car world has shaped his leadership.
Okay, yeah. Tell me more about that, how his past experiences might be influencing his decisions at Renault.
Well, look at all the different brands he's worked with. Fiat, Alfa Romeo, Abarth, Audi, Seat.
Yeah, it's quite the list.
Each one with its own personality and its own customer base.
Yeah.
That kind of exposure gives you a deep understanding of what people want in a car and how to tailor a product to specific needs.
So it's like he's been doing market research his whole career,
Exactly.
observing how different brands connect with their audiences.
Yeah, and that's so valuable when you're leading a company like Renault that's going through such a huge transformation.
Right.
He's not just electrifying cars. He's trying to reposition the whole brand for a whole new way of thinking about mobility.
And that brings us back to his goal of making Renault the leader in electric vehicles in Europe.
It does.
Do you see any connections between his past and the strategies he's using now?
Oh, absolutely. Take his time at Fiat, for example.
Okay.
He played a key role in reviving that brand
How so?
by focusing on those small, stylish, affordable cars like the 500.
Right, the iconic 500.
Exactly. And that experience is directly relevant to what Renault's doing now, bringing back classics like the 4 and the 5 as EVs.
Yeah, it's about bringing back those memories,
It is.
but also appealing to a new generation of car buyers.
Exactly. People looking for something different.
It's a really cool mix of heritage and innovation.
It is. And it takes a deep understanding of both the market and the brand's DNA.
Right, you can't just electrify an old car and expect it to be a hit.
No, you have to capture what made those models so popular to begin with, but also update them for today's drivers.
And that's where De Meo's experience comes in.
Yeah.
He's seen what works and what doesn't, and he can apply those lessons to Renault's EV transformation.
Exactly.
And don't forget his time with premium brands like Audi.
Right?
He knows how important things like quality design and technology are in making a car people really want.
That's crucial for Renault, especially now they're going up against not just the big car companies, but also the new players like Tesla who've really set a high bar for EVs.
So he's bringing a bit of that luxury car feel to the mass market.
He is.
That's exciting.
It is, and it shows that he understands that electric vehicles can't just be about practicality or being good for the environment.
Right.
They have to be something people aspire to, something stylish with a great driving experience.
Yeah, that's how you win people over.
It is.
It's fascinating how his career has almost led him to this point.
Yeah.
Like he's been preparing for this moment his whole life. Like a chef gathering all these ingredients and techniques, and now he's ready to create his masterpiece.
That's a great way to put it. And I think that's what makes him such a compelling leader. He's not just following a script.
Right.
He's drawing on all this experience to chart a new course for Renault.
And speaking of charting a new course,
Yeah.
we have to talk about him wanting more flexibility with the green tech deadlines.
Yeah.
That's a bold move.
It is, especially with all the attention on environmental regulations right now.
Yeah, it shows he's not afraid to challenge the way things are done.
He isn't, but it's important to remember he's not saying we should slow down the move to cleaner cars.
Okay.
His worry is that the current deadlines might be too ambitious.
Okay.
And they could end up backfiring, especially for European car makers and their workers.
So it's about finding a way to electrify that makes sense, right?
Right.
One that considers the environment, but also the economic impact.
Exactly. And that's a conversation that needs to happen.
Yeah.
The switch to EVs is a big, complicated undertaking.
It is.
There's no easy solution. But De Meo's bringing a valuable point of view,
Way.
one that comes from deeply understanding the industry and its challenges.
It's like he's playing chess on a global scale,
Yeah.
trying to stay ahead of everyone
Yeah.
in this rapidly changing landscape.
And it's not just about Renault's success either. It's
Yeah.
about what happens to the whole European car industry.
That's a great point. De Meo's leading a major company through a huge transition.
He is.
But he's also shaping the future of mobility in Europe and beyond.
He is.
And that's what makes his story so fascinating.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about his professional life,
Right.
but I'm also curious about the man himself.
Okay.
What are some of the things about him that have helped him be so successful?
Well, one thing that really stands out is his curiosity.
Okay.
He's always asking questions, always wanting to learn new things.
I can see that.
You can see it in all the different roles he's had in his career.
Right.
He's not afraid to try new things, to push
Yeah.
himself outside his comfort zone.
That's a valuable trait in any leader.
It is, especially in a field that's constantly changing.
Like the car industry.
Exactly. And that curiosity goes hand in hand with his ability to think strategically.
Right.
He's not just focused on what's happening today. He's always looking ahead, spotting trends, finding opportunities.
And that foresight probably played a big role in his decision to go back to Renault.
I think so.
He saw their potential to be a big player in the EV market, and he knew he could lead them there.
I think you're right, and it all comes down to his belief in the power of innovation.
Right.
He doesn't want to just follow the crowd. He wants to be out in front, pushing the limits, creating something truly new and exciting.
And that brings us back to the comparisons with Sergio Marchionne,
Yes.
another visionary leader who really left his mark on the car world.
He did.
What do you think are the biggest similarities between them?
Well, they were both able to see the big picture.
Okay.
They anticipated industry shifts and made bold moves that challenged the way everyone else was thinking. And they were both incredibly charismatic, inspiring leaders.
Yeah.
They could get people excited about their vision.
It makes you wonder if De Meo will have the same impact on the industry.
It's too early to say for sure.
Right.
But he's definitely on the right path. He's already made big changes at Renault.
He has.
And he's not afraid to make tough choices or take risks.
It's inspiring to see.
It is. He has a genuine passion for cars, and he really understands the complexities of the industry.
This deep dive into Luca de Meo's world has been really eye-opening.
Yeah.
We've looked at his amazing career, his strategic vision for Renault,
Yeah.
and the things about him that make him such a strong leader.
We've seen how his experience with all those different car brands, from everyday cars to luxury models,
Yeah.
has given him a unique perspective on the industry and its future.
And we've talked about his bold plans to make Renault a powerhouse in the electric vehicle market.
Right, from starting Ampere to his focus on partnerships and his willingness to speak out about the challenges of going green.
But what really stands out to me
Yeah.
is his genuine passion for the car industry, his endless curiosity, and his belief that innovation can shape the future of mobility.
It's inspiring.
It is. And now,
Yeah.
as we move into the final part of our deep dives,
Okay.
we're going to step back and look at the bigger picture.
Right.
What does De Meo's leadership and his vision for Renault mean for the future of the whole car industry?
Yeah, good question.
How will his strategies change the competition, the development of new technologies, and the way we think about cars in the years to come?
Those are fascinating questions.
I can't wait to discuss with you. It's amazing to think about the impact De Meo might have.
Yeah.
Just his leadership and his vision for Renault.
It's a big deal.
You know, it's like he's thrown this stone into a pond,
Uh-huh.
and we're watching the ripples spread out.
That's a great analogy.
His actions at Renault are going to have consequences
Oh, yeah, definitely.
for other companies, suppliers, even governments.
It's all connected.
It really is. So let's talk about those ripple effects.
Okay.
What are some of the ways De Meo's strategies might change the whole automotive landscape?
Well, one of the biggest things is cost reduction.
Right.
That 40% target for Ampere, that's a huge challenge.
It is.
And if they can pull it off, it puts pressure on everyone else to become more efficient.
It's like he's setting a new standard.
Exactly.
No more excuses about EVs being too expensive.
Right. If Renault can do it, anyone can.
And his focus on partnerships is another big thing.
Yeah.
Working with companies like LG Energy Solution.
It's smart.
It shows that he gets it You can't go it alone in this market.
Nope.
It's too complex. It's changing too fast,
Right, and we might start seeing more companies teaming up.
especially when it comes to batteries.
Definitely. That's a big bottleneck right now.
It's interesting. It's like a shift from competition to cooperation.
It is, to some extent anyway.
And then there's all that talk about needing more flexibility, the green tech transition.
Oh, yeah.
That's a conversation happening everywhere right now.
It is.
And De Meo's voice is adding to the argument for a more realistic approach.
One that considers the economic side of things.
Right, not just the environmental goals.
Exactly.
He's not afraid to stir things up a bit,
It isn't.
which is refreshing.
It is.
It's easy to get carried away with all the EV hype.
Right.
But he's bringing a dose of reality to the table.
And that reality comes from actually knowing the industry.
Yeah, he's not just talking. He's dealing with all the messy details.
The manufacturing, the supply chains, the regulations.
Exactly.
And trying to figure out what consumers actually want.
It's that mix of vision and practicality
Yeah,
that makes him such a strong leader.
it does.
But beyond the industry-wide stuff, I'm curious about how his leadership will change Renault itself.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Their culture, their image.
He's known for being charismatic, a really inspiring leader,
Yeah.
someone who can get everyone on board with his vision.
And that's so important for Renault right now.
Absolutely. They're going through such a huge transformation.
He needs everyone to be part of it.
From the engineers to the factory workers.
It's not just about making electric cars. It's
Yeah.
about creating a new Renault.
A Renault that's innovative, sustainable, even a little bit daring.
Exactly. And that change in image is vital.
Yeah.
If they want to compete with Tesla and all the other EV startups that are grabbing everyone's attention.
They need to capture people's imagination.
It's not just about the cars, it's about the story.
It is the brand story.
Something that connects with people's values.
Right. And if they can do that, it'll have a huge impact on their success.
All right, so as we wrap up this deep dive into Luca de Meo and Renault's electric dreams,
Yeah.
what are the big takeaways for you? What really stands out?
For me, it's just how ambitious and bold his vision is.
Yeah.
He's not just trying to keep Renault going. He wants them to be a global leader in the EV market.
He does.
And he's got a clear plan, a deep understanding of the industry.
Right.
And he's willing to challenge the way things have always been done.
It's a great reminder that even in an industry like the car industry,
Yeah,
there's always room for disruption, for new ideas.
absolutely. And for visionary leaders like De Meo.
And this is still just the beginning.
It is.
We'll have to see if he can pull it off.
Right. But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
Renault is a company to watch right now.
Definitely.
And De Meo's leadership is having a big impact, not just in France, but all over the world.
This deep dive has given us a lot to think about.
It has.
How will Renault's electric journey unfold?
Yeah.
Will De Meo's big bets pay off?
Good questions.
And what does it all mean for the future of cars and how we get around?
These are questions we're going to be grappling with for years to come.
We are.
But one thing is certain.
Yeah,
Luca de Meo is a leader worth paying attention to.
he is.
And his story gives us a fascinating glimpse into the forces that are shaping the future of mobility.
We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Luca de Meo and Renault's electric ambitions.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
If this episode got you thinking, give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more explorations of the people and ideas shaping our world.